there, and welcome to a new episode of the Fluent English Pro podcast. My name is David Perez, your host. And on this episode, we're going to talk about something that is a challenge. Even for me, it is a challenge, and that is the order of adjectives or characteristics in English. So, quick reminder, an adjective is a characteristic. Yes, blue, yellow, green, big, small, heavy, expensive, cheap. Those are adjectives or characteristics. And sometimes when we are describing an object or a place or a person, we add multiple characteristics to a single object, for example. In English, there is a specific order for those characteristics, for those adjectives. You cannot just say them in a random way. They have a particular order, and we are going to explore that today. Why is it important? First of all, because that's a correct way to say it. That's how the structure of the language works. But also, when you are performing at a work setting or at a business setting, this is going to give you a more professional impression. Yes, you're going to have a bit more professional look and sound. And you're going to have clearer communication. If you are talking about a new product, about a new project, the correct order of adjectives is going to help you, is going to help the listener have a clearer idea of what you are describing. Here are two examples, and you let me know which one sounds better. The first one is, we have developed an innovative advanced software solution. I'm going to repeat that. We have developed an innovative advanced software solution. Now I am going to read it in a different way. Yes, with a different adjective order. We have developed a software advanced innovative solution. One of them doesn't sound quite right because the order in which the characteristics are sequenced is not in agreement to the structure of the English language. So the correct form in this case is, we have developed an innovative advanced software solution. Why? I will tell you in a moment. I will tell you right now, and I will tell you how to structure that. There is a particular sequence, is the standard. It doesn't cover everything, but it covers, I think, 90% of the cases in English. And it includes a lot of adjectives or characteristics. However, it doesn't mean you are going to use all of them simultaneously. This is just a point of reference, but you actually are not going to read or not going to use all of them simultaneously. This formula has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 adjectives that you can use to accompany a noun. Yes, but I'm sure you're not going to be using 8 adjectives simultaneously. This is just a point of reference. Good. If you want to remember this more easily, just think of this acronym. The acronym is OSASCOMP. O is for opinion, S for size, A for age, S for shape, C for color, O for origin, M for material, and P for purpose. So OSASCOMP, that is the sequence, the correct sequence for you to set up or express the adjectives. I'm going to give you a long example that will contain all 8 adjectives. This is not a real life example, by the way. Like, you are not actually using 8 adjectives with a single noun. But this is just to illustrate how OSASCOMP works. Okay? The sentence will be, a reliable, small, new rectangular, white German metal filing cabinet. Let me repeat that. A reliable, small, new, rectangular, white German metal filing cabinet. How does OSASCOMP work here? Let's see that. A reliable. Reliable is an opinion. A reliable, small, that's the size. New, that's the age. Rectangular, that's the shape. White, that's the color. German, that's the origin. Metal, that's the material. Filing, that is the purpose. And then we have the noun, cabinet. A reliable, small, new, rectangular, white, German, metal, filing cabinet. Why is this so important in business English or in work English? Let me give you some examples. First one is you are writing an email and you have to write a detailed financial report or a detailed product description or a detailed problem or issue. Yes. In this case, the better the adjectives are sequenced, the clearer the message will be, and the easier to understand is going to be for the other people involved. Remember, work English has a lot to do with making sure other people understand your message clearly. The other aspect is, for example, if you're giving a presentation, structuring your ideas in a presentation is very important because, in email, people can always go back and reread the email. If they didn't understand, they can go back, they can read it again, and then they can get the message. But in a presentation, people listen to the information just once. You are not repeating every sentence over and over and over again. So whatever they hear needs to be super clear so they can get it immediately. Yeah. So if you're giving a presentation, you can say, for example, okay, we are working on an innovative global marketing strategy. That's a great thing. You have opinion, you have origin, you have a purpose, and you have the noun. Yeah. Opinion, innovative, global, the origin, marketing, that's the purpose, and strategy, that's the noun. Innovative global marketing strategy. People listen to it, people hear it in a presentation, they get it immediately. And the other purpose is similar to writing emails, which is like writing reports. Writing reports, you need to make sure this information can be reviewed and read in the future because the information in our report is going to be used for future decisions. So future decisions need to be made based on clear information. So you can write, for example, a comprehensive annual sales report, a comprehensive annual sales report that will be comprehensive, that's the opinion, annual, that is the age, sales will be the purpose, and review, that's the noun, a comprehensive annual sales report. Okay, let me give you examples for each category of OSASCOMP. So the first one is opinion. Opinion. For opinion is like those are words that express what you think or what people think about something. Yes, like reliable, innovative, complicated, easy. So some examples of these could be a reliable partner, an innovative solution, or a complicated process. That's an opinion adjective. Then we have size, age, and shape. Size is easier to get because it indicates how big or small something is. Yes. A large investment opportunity or a compact workspace. Large and compact indicate size. For age, we have new, old, recent, latest. Yeah. A new marketing strategy or an old corporate policy. New and old, that's age. Shape, very easy. Usually, shape is very related to visual references. Yes. Rectangular, circular, flat, round, triangular. Okay. So we can say a rectangular office table or a circular discussion room or discussion format. Next one is color. Color is easy peasy. Yeah. Just all the colors you can think of: blue, yellow, white, green, silver, gold. For example, we can say a blue presentation background or a silver laptop stand. Origin, which is the next one, sometimes it's easy to identify, but sometimes it's not that easy, particularly when you have like nationalities or cities or country names. It's going to be easier to get, but sometimes you need to observe a little bit of the context to identify the origin. So, in a situation where you're speaking about national products or things that are related to a country name, you can say, for example, an American management style or a French design concept. The next one is material. This is important if you're working with physical products or physical things in your workplace. Yeah. Wooden, metal, gold, plastic, wool, all those. So you can say, for example, a wooden office desk or a metal filing cabinet. And the last one in OSASCOMP is the purpose. What is it for? What service does it provide? What objective does it serve to? Yeah. So in this case, it is a little bit more nuanced. It's not as easy as speaking about color or speaking about material, because this is usually what is closest to the noun. Yes, is the closest, the most important characteristic that defines the noun, the element you're speaking about. Yeah. So you can say a training presentation. In this case, training indicates the purpose. The object or the thing is a presentation, but training indicates what the purpose of the presentation is, a training presentation. If you say, for example, a marketing strategy, that also indicates the thing you're speaking about is a strategy, and marketing is exactly the purpose of that strategy, a marketing strategy. Yes, you can say a hiring strategy, a development strategy, redesigning, a rebranding strategy. Yes. So it can change. The noun strategy can have different characteristics and different purposes. Yeah. A restructuring strategy. So that can vary. So just to remember how OSASCOMP works, another example here with a physical object. We are introducing an innovative, compact, modern, rectangular, silver, Japanese metal business laptop. It's a very nice laptop, by the way. Let me repeat that. We are introducing an innovative, that's opinion, compact, that's size, modern, that's age, rectangular, that's shape, silver, that's color, Japanese, that's origin, metal, that's material, business, that's the purpose, and then the noun laptop. An innovative, compact, modern, rectangular, silver, Japanese, metal, business laptop. Let's see a few more examples. Okay, now more real examples, because the ones I just presented, they're like super, super long, and they do not reflect how you use language in real life, but they illustrate how the characteristics are sequenced. Okay, let me show you another one. An efficient small German car. An efficient small German car. That's the correct sequence, yes? An incorrect form could be, for example, a German efficient small car. Yeah, this doesn't work. The correct sequence in this case is opinion, size, origin. Efficient small German car. Another example, a round red plastic button. A round red plastic button that is shape, color, material, and then the noun. Yeah, a round red plastic button. The incorrect form, for example, could be a plastic red round button. Yeah, it's understandable, but it's not the correct form in English. The correct form should be a round red plastic button. Another example will be a detailed financial analysis report. A detailed financial analysis report. An incorrect form will be an analysis financial detailed report, which sounds a bit weird. So the right form is a detailed financial analysis report. There are more. There are more. Let me just read a couple more here. We need an innovative global technological solution, or they proposed a strict new compliance policy. Oh, compliance policy, you're going to see that a lot. Compliance is the purpose, policy is the noun, compliance policy. You have a lot more. Okay, a few tips for using adjectives better. The first tip is use 2 or 3 adjectives maximum. Don't use more than 3 adjectives at a time for clarity's sake. If you use more, it is going to be very complicated to express a clear idea. So, if possible, try to limit the number of characteristics or adjectives to 3. The next one is exposure. Read articles, read reports, read emails that pertain to your area of interest, to your area of professional growth. And there you're going to be familiar with how the expressions are constructed and what type of adjectives are frequent in your industry. And finally, you can always use online tools, or you can use grammar tools such as Grammarly. This is not sponsored, by the way. You can use tools that will help you improve the way your sentences are built. Yes, not just how a word is spelled, but also how the full sentence is built. Okay, so I have a challenge for you because I know you're listening and you want to practice this. On paper, because I want you to both think about it, but also see it, you are going to practice OSASCOMP. Remember, OSASCOMP, write this down, is opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, and purpose. You are going to describe 3 elements by using a maximum of 3 adjectives, maybe 4, but let's keep it at 3 adjectives, yes? You are going to describe a product you work with or you use. You are going to describe a project, and you are going to describe a workspace. Yes? So describe one product, describe one project, and describe one workspace by using OSASCOMP. Write it down, then double check if the information corresponds to the sequence: opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, and purpose. That is all for now. This was an extensive lesson. This was a long episode, but I'm glad I was able to bring all this value to you. Me and my team, of course, were able to bring all this value to you. If you would like to learn more, remember to subscribe. Subscribe, and very important, if there is a person that you know is going to benefit from this information, please send this to them immediately. Show your appreciation by sharing some valuable information and some valuable lessons. I will see you now on the Fluent English Pro podcast. Goodbye.